Can you beat a narcissist in court? The answer is yes, and I'm going to tell you how in this video. Facing a narcissist in court is one of the most challenging battles that you're ever going to experience in your life. Once you go through that, anything that life throws at you, you're going to be like, whatever. So here's what's going to happen. They're going to lie. They're going to manipulate. They're going to play the victim, but you can still win. In this video, I'm going to share a step-by-step guide for outsmarting that narcissist in court so you can protect your rights, get justice, get free, and start moving on with your life. Sound good? Make sure you subscribed here, hit that bell. I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm an attorney. I've been doing this a long time. So I'm going to share all my secrets with you right now. Why is facing a narcissist in court so unique? It's so unique because you can never pin them down. The goal is actually not to just win for them. It's actually to continue to get supply from you, to get that coal level supply. I talk about diamond level supply and coal level supply. Diamond level supply is winning. Coal level supply is manipulating you, seeing you squirm. It's that sadistic streak that they have. And so as much as they're going to say they want it over and it's all your fault that it's not done and all of the things that they say, it has nothing to do with that. It's like a drug addict who needs their drug and you are their drug. And if it's over, then where's their supply source, right? Or one of their supply sources is actually no longer going to be available. So they don't want that. When you're taking a narcissist to court or being dragged there by one, it's going to feel like you're stepping into some sort of crazy game that the cards are already stacked against you. It's like a free-for-all. There's no rules for them. So they'll just lie if they need to. They'll ignore court orders if they need to. They'll say whatever they need to. They'll smear you, whatever. They're dirty fighters. So if it was a street fight, they'd be biting, pulling hair, chewing on your ears, kicking you in the groin, whatever they would need to do. But here's the truth. With the right strategy, you can cut through all of their tricks and in fact, use their tricks against them to turn the tables and win. Stick with me all the way to the end because I'm going to share a critical piece of advice that most people overlook when battling a narcissist in court. All right. So step one is you have to understand the narcissist courtroom playbook. Narcissists approach court like it's a performance. This is not a legal proceeding. They're going to exaggerate. They're going to create drama. They're going to manipulate the outcome. It's all about the show for them. This is not a legal proceeding. So this is about making themselves look good, making you look bad. So they'll lie, they'll fabricate, they present false evidence, twist narratives, they play the victim, they try to gain sympathy from the judge by portraying you as the aggressor. You were the one who was the wrong one. They're the ones that were the innocent, wide-eyed person who was just, oh, I can't believe they've had to deal with this. And they delay and they obstruct. What they want to do is drain your resources, drain your energy levels, wear you down. Remember to just recognize these tactics for what they are and not be sucked in, drawn in, pulled into the mud with them. These are all distractions that are meant to destabilize you emotionally and weaken your case. The next thing, step two, is to document absolutely everything. The foundation of any case, period, but especially with a narcissist, is going to be solid, irrefutable documentation. You want a list of the things that you should be documenting, go to docthenarc.com and get my free checklist on that. But it's going to be some things like text messages, emails, voicemails, financial records, receipts, agreements that you've made, detailed notes and that you've taken, including what happened, the incident, the date, the time, not with all sorts of superfluous information. Like you're not going to go, oh my God, that asshole, he did this again or she did that again, and I can't stand them. You don't need any of that. Just the facts, just document. We were supposed to do this day. This is what actually happened, especially broken promises, abusive behavior, that sort of thing. Keep your documentation organized and accessible. You don't want it to be something that is going to be like burdensome for you to add to on a regular basis. So whether you have a Google Docs open in your phone or just use the notes or memo section of your phone, whatever you can to have it in a secured digital folder or a notebook to track everything chronologically in real time. When that narcissist then lies in court, your documentation is going to speak louder than their words. Making sure that you keep it, and then that's how you're going to build your leverage, by the way. And if you don't have my magic leverage AI, you definitely need to get it. It's part of my Slay program, but you just go straight in and you put all your documentation and it'll spit out leverage for you. And if you want to know more about it, go ahead and book a call with my team, and I will drop a link to that below. When a narcissist lies in court, your documentation is absolutely the gold that's going to unseat them and tear them right off that pedestal. Now, it's important to step 3, build that clear fact-based case. Here's the issue when you're dealing with a narcissist in court. You are over here feeling like this is unfair. This isn't what I signed up for this whole life. They stole from me. They cheated. They ripped away the dream that I had with them, whatever it was, whether it was going to be a dream job, dream partnership, dream spouse, whatever it is. Now you're stuck over here. And then you've got a judge who their job is to apply the law. It's not to make you whole. It's to apply the law agnostically, regardless of the parties. So they listen to the facts and evidence and all of that from both sides. They look at it, they apply the law, and they move on. Remember, judges are overworked and underpaid. They have way too many cases on their docket. And remember, that judges also are evaluated based on how many times they are appealed. And so they want to make safe decisions. So your job is to take the evidence, take your facts, take all of your documentation and manipulate it in a way so that it's impactful, influential, and speaks the language of the court. And how do you do that? You do that through looking at the statutes, the laws that apply to your particular case. And each statute is going to have elements to it, which is like A, B, C, or D, or 1, 2, 3, or 4, or however many factors there are in that particular statute. You want to have evidence lined up for each element of that statute and then create your leverage accordingly. Now, how do you do that? You're going to focus on patterns. You're going to look at ways that you can present the evidence in a way that the judge goes, oh my gosh, there's only one clear answer here. You're going to lead them almost like you're leading a horse to the water or whatever. Remember, while the narcissist is thriving on emotional manipulation, facts are going to be the kryptonite. Remember that judges respond to consistent, verifiable documentation, evidence, leverage. So repeated instances of late payments, or repeated instances of lying, or repeated instances of different things. And to the extent that you can even create percentages or ratios or something like that, even better. Oh, they were late 85% of the time, or they sent this email 30 days, I don't know, 27 days out of the 30 or whatever it was. You want to be able to quantify it wherever you can. If this is making sense, give me a totally in the comments so that I know you're with me so far. Have you ever met somebody, they started off to be the most charming, charismatic person you've ever met in your life, then they turned out to be your worst nightmare, and then when you go to negotiate with them, they're a living hell? Well, I developed something called the SLAY method of negotiating with narcissists, and it has helped tens of thousands of people in more than 150 countries win, go from feeling drained and defeated to getting the outcomes they want. And the reason why it works is because I spent more than 20 years studying narcissism as a trial attorney, and now I'm here to help you win too, and also take your suffering and turn it into your superpower. Take your pain and turn it into profit, peace, and purpose as a highly specialized, high conflict negotiation coach. If you want to learn how to do it, then just go to RebeccaZung.com/apply, and I will show you how. Avoid emotional turmoil agreements. Don't get into it. I always say never jade, never justify, argue, defend, or explain. Stick to the facts. On X date, they violated this agreement. Don't say things like, this is so unfair for me. They always get away with everything. State the facts. That's all you need to do. Work closely with your attorney, if you have one, to ensure that your evidence aligns with the law, aligns with the procedure, whatever the legal standards and court expectations are in your particular area. Key takeaway here is a calm, fact-based approach will undermine the narcissist's attempts to create chaos. Step 4 is to expose their lies strategically. What I mean by that is they'll lie without hesitation, but you can expose those lies effectively with the right strategy. How do you do that? Well, you say, well, on July 2nd, they said this in a text message, and on September 5th or whatever, they said this, and it's completely 180 degrees different from what they said over here. So that if they claim they never said something, you can produce the text or email proving otherwise. Ask precise questions. Trap them in their contradictions by asking for details that they can't remember or sustain. Stay composed. If you get emotional, then they will win. Let the facts speak for themselves. Stand in your power. The most important thing that you can do is keep your mindset in check and understand how you stand in your power and how you can build your case accordingly. So if they say, I always pay on time, present bank statements or invoices or checks or whatever that demonstrate that no, they didn't. Especially if you had an agreement. Well, the agreement was that they were going to pay on the 1st of every month. Here's a check from the 5th. Here's a check from the 10th. Here's my bank statement that says they didn't pay at all. Whatever it is, let their words and actions just dismantle their credibility. You're just using the facts in the way and presenting them in the way that it'll make it easy for the judge to understand. And you have to do the bulk of this work. If you just throw everything at your attorney and say, do it, well, first of all, they're never going to be able to know all the nuances, all the things that happen. They're never going to be able to go through every single one of your texts and emails and all of that. And even if they did, it's at how much per hour. Even if they have their paralegal doing it for them, it's still going to be an hourly rate. So you don't want to just throw it all on the attorney and assume it's going to work. Attorneys have many other cases other than yours. They don't really have time nor the inclination to go and read all of your text messages for them. The more you can distill it down, make it and create it and have it be ready for them, package it up so that they will be able to synthesize it, go, okay, I get it. Now I can present this. You will save yourself time, money, and you will also get what you want. Not all attorneys understand narcissists. They don't understand the complexities of dealing with a narcissist. Oftentimes, they're doing things like sending proposals of settlement back and forth. That is a waste of time and money that just gives the narcissist supply. They're never going to agree or settle that way. They constantly move goalposts. So you want somebody who will understand their tactics and keep the focus where it needs to be focused. So look for somebody who has experience in high conflict cases, who's going to be on your side, who's going to develop a rapport with you. Figure out early on how you're going to communicate with your attorney, whether it's going to be a regular email. Is that how they like it? Or do you want to have a regular meeting set up every 2 weeks or whatever? Is that going to be best? What's going to be the best way to communicate with them so that you feel like they're on your side? You really want them to have a strong interest, background, rapport with you so that you know that they care about the nuances of your case and they're ready to go. Whether it's a family law case or a business law case, it doesn't matter. You still need that. One of the pro tips I want to give you on this, and this is also part of my Slay program. This, by the way, I have this triple threat package of where to find the attorney, questions for vetting attorneys, and also the 5-page Make My Ally, my packet. But ask your potential attorney specific questions like, how do you handle a party that lies or manipulates evidence? And by the way, if you want to know more about how to prove narcissistic abuse in court, go to my free training at icanslay.com. The key takeaway here is the right attorney is your partner in outsmarting the narcissist and getting the goals that you want so that you can move on with your life. The next thing is, here's your bonus tip. Okay, your bonus tip. Do not let them push your buttons in court. They're going to do everything they can to provoke you, to trigger you, to bait you. They go fishing, they hook you in, hook, line, and sinker. Do not fall for it. It is a trap. It's designed to make you look like you're the crazy one and the unstable one. Practice staying composed. Practice mindfulness techniques. Expect them to do all these things. And then when they act like that, you just go, oh, well, there they are being their narky selves. Don't be surprised when they act like that. So be prepared. Focus, practice your direct examination and your cross-examinations with your attorneys if you can, and just remind yourself that the way they behave is a direct reflection of the way they feel about themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Emotional control will be your greatest asset in court, next to having the great leverage. So use it to stay a step ahead of them. Just remember that facing a narcissist in court is super tough. It's going to be challenging, but they're always the worst right before they're ready to give up. It's so possible for you to get what you want. They only win if you give in. So understand your tactics, understand your facts, know your documentation, work with a skilled attorney, create that leverage, and then you will protect your rights and win your battle. When I first launched my store at shop.rebeccazung.com, I needed a simple way to manage online and in-store sales. Shopify Point of Sale made it seamless. Shopify POS connects everything online and in-store into one system. Customers shop how they want, and my team always has the tools to get the sale done. It's proven to work. Shopify POS users see a 22% better total cost of ownership and an 8.9% sales boost on average. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, shopify.com/negotiate. To get ready to prepare your legal case against that narcissist even more, definitely watch my video on how to expose a narcissist in court. I'll dive deeper there into strategies that'll help you control and present a case that's super strong and in your favor. Make sure you just watch that one next. But remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. They only win if you give in. I will see you in that next video right after you've subscribed here and hit that bell. Make sure you like it and share it too. I'll see you there.